So we're going to take a moment and talk about eye health if we could, Dr. Hayes. Tell me, I guess, a little bit about the importance of why we want to take care of our eyes. What's the importance of eye health?
Well, I think the first thing that we need to understand is that the eye is a phenomenal organ. It has the ability to take in light, energy, to transform that light energy into electrical energy and send it to the brain. And I can say, oh, that's Gary, because I saw him, and in all of that, it was transformed to my brain exactly who that image was. So that's the first thing that we need to think about. The second thing, and Holly kind of hit on this, is it's not the outside of the eye that we're concerned about at this particular time, but we're concerned about the innermost part of the eye, where the optic nerve moves from the eye to send those signals to the brain. And there's an area called the retina, and then this little small area called the macula. And it's the area of the macula where light from the lens as it comes in is focused so that we see our central vision, and our peripheral vision comes from the retina. So we want to keep both of these as healthy as we possibly can. And some of the very, very important ingredients that are needed for eye health are found in this new product. And so we need to really think about that as we move forward. Just recently, the National Eye Institute carried out a very significant study in which they looked at a supplement over a 6-year period, and they were able to show that that supplement reduced macular degeneration, that is, leading to blindness, by about 25%. And also in those people that had only mild cataracts, that is, clouding of the lens, cataract surgery was reduced about 32% in those people. Now, when you think about that, and I have to get my notes out to be sure I'm correct, but when we look at what was done in that study, their supplement had vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, xanthine, zinc, and guess what? This new product has exactly the same ingredients that were tested in this long-term study by the National Institute of Vision, giving such good results. And not only does the IVision product have these materials, but it also has vitamin A or beta-Karotin in it. So I think there is beginning to develop a very good basis of scientific information, clinical information that says these supplements indeed are very helpful for eye health.
Great, great. I know traditionally, usually when we start to talk about eye care, it's typically as you get older, you know, your vision starts to, especially, you know, you're reading and reading glasses, you have more issues with eye care. But as Holly mentioned earlier, and I know a lot of the studies are showing that because of this blue light and the effects of you know, phones and tablets and computers, we're starting to see more and more younger people have issues. Why is it important to even start considering this and making this a priority as we're younger rather than as we're going through the aging process?
Blue light is really, it's been here forever. It's part of the sunlight that we get. But with our modern technology and the lights that we have here in this room, our computers, our smartphones, all of these emit the blue light. Which has a little bit higher energy, and it focuses almost predominantly on the macular part, that part of the eye that's responsible for the central vision, and it also passes through the lenses where the cataracts are. And as a result of this large amount of exposure that Holly showed us, 11 hours in adults, 8 hours, down to 6 hours in children, we're beginning to see a greater influx of blue light that we didn't have when we were all on the farm and we didn't have all these modern conveniences. So we need to begin early thinking about how we can protect our eyes from the blue light.
Yeah, I go back to, my generation growing up. We didn't have these devices. Obviously, the exposure to blue light would have been a lot less significant than it is in today's world compared to my kids and what they have. So what you're saying is we need to be more conscientious of this and protect ourselves from even at a younger age.
Does anybody out there not have a cell phone, a smartphone?
Not one of you.
Not a single one of you.
Everybody has. Let me see your cell phones. Everybody lift up your cell phone.
Put your cell phones up. How many hours a day are you on that cell phone?
20 hours? You need to get more sleep.
And the other thing that blue light does is disturb our sleep cycle. And the more exposure to blue light we have, we upset what we call the circadian rhythm, and so we don't sleep as well. And when we don't sleep as well, we don't function as well. So not only is eye health involved, but just our overall general health.
Yeah. So, Wally, I know that you and Roger and Peter were involved as we were kind of going through this development of IVision and helping us look at the key ingredients and the importance that they would play and the kind of the synergistic effect that they would have working together. I want to just take a moment, if we could, and talk about a few of the key ingredients that we found. First off, could you tell us a little bit about Lutamax 2020, and you had mentioned the benefits of that in the products. Could you tell us a little bit about that, and I guess how that would work within our eyes and protecting them?
Yeah. Let me back up by starting with the carotenoids. There are about 1,000 of these, and that's what gives the plants their really beautiful orange and red and yellow colors. Gary, do you remember when your mama said, eat your carrots so that you're going to be able to see better at nighttime?
Absolutely.
She was pretty smart, wasn't she? Those are the beta-carotines that are in these vegetables that mama told us to eat. And there are a lot of these. And in the plant, they're there to absorb light to help the plants in photosynthesis so that they can make the food materials that they need. When it comes to us, the two that are there's several that are real important. The beta-carotene is involved in the retina, that layer where we get our peripheral vision primarily from, very much involved there. The xanthines are involved at the level of the macula. They're part of the pigments that are present there. So these carotenoids that are in the eye vision are very, very essential for overall eye health. They're actually part of the structure of the eye at very low levels.
Yeah. So my understanding is again, with our Lutamax 2020, this is a patented special ingredient that only we have in our product, that there's a combination of different carotenoids that go through and are actually deposited
in the macular region of the eye.
Region that help then protect it from not only the typical environmental factors, but also from the blue light, as you mentioned earlier, to help protect from that.
Yep.
Good. Tell us a little bit about, I guess, the natural vitamin A that we put in there, the beta-carotene, and the importance of that.
The beta-carotene is very much involved in a lot of things, but one of the important things that it's involved in is in the rhodopsin that's part of the retinal makeup, and it's very critical to eye functioning.
Good. And also, how about vitamin E?
Vitamin E and as well as vitamin A are what we call antioxidants. Under our normal cellular functioning in a day-to-day, we produce what we call reactive oxygen species, which normally we can take care of. But if we produce too many of these, we get into what's known as oxidative stress, and these vitamins are antioxidants, which then take up those reactive oxygen species and prevent us from going into oxidative stress, which is not good for our cells, for our organs, and for us as a whole organism.
Yeah. And then one last ingredient, which is actually a very popular one many of us know about, but vitamin C. And I know a lot of us know the importance of vitamin C and other functions within the body, but what about in relation to vision?
It's very much involved in the collagen supportive part of the eye, as well as its many other activities, and it also acts as an antioxidant.
It does. Fantastic, fantastic. I know at the beginning you mentioned this study, I think what you said from the American Vision.
It's the National Institute of Vision, which is part of the National Institutes of Health, the very, very large U.S. government funded health research organization.
And you mentioned again that they have these list of ingredients and the stats, the statistics, and the benefits of those ingredients. So again, when you look at IVision, and again with your assistance and that of your colleagues as we put this together, how does IVision match up to their recommendation?
Very, very close. It has all the same ingredients, pretty close to the same levels. In addition, Beta-Karotin has been added to it that wasn't in that. So in some ways, you might even say it's better.
Fantastic. I love to hear that. That's fantastic. So I guess to conclude, who should take it? In your opinion, as a scientist, a doctor of many years, who should be taking this?
I think we all would benefit from taking it. We just need to be sure that we look at what's on the label and follow the directions that are on the label. Just because Mama told you to eat your carrots doesn't mean that you need to take more than the recommended dosage. Be sure that you remember to look at the label and follow what's on the label.
Yep. And the recommended dose is two soft gels a day. The bottle will last you 30 days. We're very excited about it. So what do you guys think? IVision? You excited about that? Is that going to help you build your business? Yes? I just want to emphasize again, as you look at, and I know Holly hit on this, and Dr. Hayes, you hit on this, as we look at the effects of blue light in our society and the amount of exposure that we have, and particularly the younger generation, for my generation, we didn't grow up with it. It is part of who we are in today's world, but I think we need to do what we can to help protect our vision, and this Forever IVision is a massive step in the right direction. So appreciate
Just remember, there are about
comment.
7+ billion people out there times 2. That's a lot of eyes that you guys can work with.
Absolutely.